All right, what's happening, people? This is Ro with Pro Apex. I have one of my first run decks here. I've just been dying to open one of these for a while. I know it's been a while since I've been around, but let's just jump into it. Whoop. This way we go. Mars, Dis, and Shadows. We can see on the back, the backing is the way it is. It's got the brown box. It did come out of a vertical display box. It also has that nice fun, what is this? Pull tab wasn't that bad. I'll get into this bad boy. All right, and also keep in mind that this is one of my first run decks, even though I don't think the Idiotic is going to qualify for a banned deck. We're going to take a look at that. All right, let's get started. Starting out with Shadows. Dodger, 5 power, fight, steal 1 amber. Bad Penny, destroyed, return Bad Penny to your hand. Got 1 power on her. 2 of her. Nice combo here with the Bad Penny. Seeker Needle, artifact. Action, deal 1 damage to a creature. If this damage destroys this creature, gain 1 amber. We got 2 Seeker Needles. We got a pawn sacrifice, get an amber. Action, play, sacrifice a friendly creature. If you do, deal 3 damage each to 2 creatures. Miasma, also got an amber for this. Action, play, your opponent skips to forge a key step on their next turn. Imperial Trader, action, you can get an amber for that. Play, look at your opponent's hand. You may choose or purge a Sanctum card from it. You know, I've seen this card used for pretty much just looking at your opponent's card. Also got the trash truck coming by right now. Ghostly Hand, action, 2 amber for playing it. Play, if your opponent has exactly 1, steal it. Booty Trap, yeah, I said Booty Trap. We got an amber, action, play, deal 4 to a creature that is not on a flank and 2 splash. We got 2 booties. And a bait and switch. Even though it's errated, you can get only 2 from this. It's still a good card. I like it. Zizix the Mini, 3 power, fight, reap. You may reveal a creature from your hand. If you do, archive Zizix the Mini and get 3+1 power counters. We got 2 Zizix. Wilo Bolter. We'll go with Wilo Bolter. Even though it says Zilio Bolter. Maybe it's Zilio. He's a silly ass bolter. 3 power, fight, reap, deal 2 to a creature. This damage destroys the creature. Purge it. I like me some purge. Tunk. She got some tunk in her chunk. Tunk in her trunk. 6 power, 1 armor. After you play another Mars creature, fully heal Tunk. I like him, but I like Dominator a little bit better. Mind Warper. 2 power, elusive. Action, choose an enemy creature. Choose an enemy creature. It captures 1 from its own side. It's pretty much just some slow roll steal. I like him. He's just low power, doesn't last that long. We have 2 Mind Warpers and a Grabber Jammer. I like me some Jammer. 4 power, 1 armor. Your opponent's keys cost +1. Fight, reap, capture 1. This is a really strong card in multiple levels. It's got armor, keys cost more, has the ability to capture. I like me some Grabber Jammer. Mother Gun, artifact, action, reveal any number of Mars cards from your hand. Deal damage to a creature equal to that number of Mars cards revealed this way. Handy when you got it down and you just got Mars turn coming up. Throw this out there, get some damage sideways. Invasion Portal, also another artifact. Action, discard a card from the top of your deck until you discard a Mars creature. Or run out of cards. If you discard a Mars creature this way, put it into your hand. So if I'm looking for one of these Mars cards that I got, which I got quite a few, we'll go back through it. This will come in handy. If I'm really looking for that Jammer pack, maybe, Grabber Jammer. I could use this, try to hunt them down real quick. Combat Pheromones, another artifact for Mars. Get an amber for playing it. Omni. Sacrifice Combat Pheromones. You may use up to 2 other Mars creatures this turn. If you're trying to take out some stuff, this could come in handy. And oh, I could even Mind Warper twice and capture amber from my opponent. I like this card. Shatterstorm. Ooh. So this is an action. Lose all your amber, then your opponent loses triple that amount of amber. If you got an opponent that is rocking you on amber and this comes up and you got 3, he just lost 9. I like this card. Irradiated Amber. Play if your opponent has 6 or more. Deal 3 to each animal creature. If he's ahead, this could also come in handy. Unfortunately, he's on that 6. So hopefully you don't need to use it, but it's there if you do. All right, we're on to Dis. Toxin. 3 power creature. Reap, your opponent discards a random card from their hand. Like to mess with their hand when I can. Ooh. Succubus. I like me some succubus too. Number 3. The 3 power creature. During their draw card step, your opponent refills their hand to 1 less card. Like her. I like having 2 of her. Oh, and a Master of 1. 4 power creature. Demon. Reap. You may destroy a creature with 1 power. This is a great card. It is a special rare card. You can only get 1 of these per deck. When I say 1 of them, I mean there's a whole set, a Master of 1, 2, and 3. You can only get 1 of them per deck. I think Master 1 or 2 is probably the best. I'm not a fan of Master 3. There's so many other cards that kind of handle that, but if you have this guy out, you can continue to reap and destroy a 1 power creature without doing anything and get an amber. It's a great card. Charette, more control out of Dis. 4 power, play, capture 3. We have 2. I could capture 6. We can really keep somebody off key with this. And we got a miasma. We're keeping people off keys with this deck. Hand of Dis. Play, destroy a creature that is not on a flank. As long as your opponent has a couple creatures out there, you can just take out a random person, hopefully the biggest one they got. Fear, return an enemy creature to your opponent's hand. If you have another one of those big-ass creatures you don't want to deal with, you can bounce them at least for a minute. Creeping Ability. I like this card too. Action. Play. Purge up to 2 cards from the discard pile. It could be either discard pile, but I'm assuming I would go after your opponents. Or my opponents. Hey, we gotta control the weak too. 1 amber for playing it. Play. Choose a house on your opponent's identity card. Your opponent must choose that house on their next turn. So you can really lock somebody down if you choose right. I've seen games just shut down because they can't do anything. And we have a Rise. Rise only works with creatures. So play. Choose a house. Return each creature of that house to your from your discard pile to your hand. Gain a chain. So this is really good, but I have a feeling, I think this is the last card in this set, so it's going to be 2 Arise, because I think Arise is the last card you can get in Dis. So, or the first card, however that plays out. So I got 2 Arise, which is nice. I can choose different houses. I know I got a lot of creatures in Mars. They're getting beat up and thrown into my discard, and I have that mother gun down. Boom. Do an Arise, get all those things out, play my Mars hand, do a bunch of damage. So there you have it. I'm going to try this on the Crucible, probably load it up next, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, all right. So what we did is we got a couple games in with the Idiotic 10 Ragna on the Crucible, and I did okay considering, it's my first time playing this deck. I think that's kind of the setup for this content that I want to do. I want to open the deck, kind of go through it, play a couple quick games on the Crucible. I usually try to do it on the weekend just so I can get some more consistent players. Usually, players on Saturdays and Sundays, they're there with maybe more competitive decks. I can get a better feel of how this deck's really doing. So yeah, that's been kind of my plan. I'm gonna open a deck, play it on the Crucible, run it down here at the bottom. I've even thought about, I want to give these decks like a price value. This deck, I think I could get about $35 for. If you want to tell me, hey, I'm wrong, if I evaluated the price wrong, let me know in the comments. If there's something in the deck that I missed, that maybe a combo that might work better. I also want to kind of talk about how Keyforge could get a better footing and compared to, Magic the Gathering or the Pokemon or the Yu-Gi-Oh. But that'll be for a different video. I want to go through this deck really quick. I mean, I like decks with doubles. When you got doubles, you're going to just have that much more consistency. This has got a couple doubles, a couple really good cards that really jump out at me that are, double Arise, double Charette. It has a Master of One, double Succubus. So I would give this deck like a $35 value, maybe $32 to $35. Like I said, if you think I'm wrong, let me know. This was Ro with Pro Apex. Have a good one.